Another story. I was taught in high school that condoms have pores that let HIV through, that the rhythm method is more effective than condoms, that Polish lancers tried to run down German tanks, that evolution functioned via Lamarckxian means. I'm not really sure what that is, but I need to Google it. That intelligent design was a better explanation for the world, that computer science was a dying field, that journalism was a field that loads of opportunity growth, and that homosexuality is a choice. You guys can go on and on about funding or teaching the test, but I simply don't want to be lied to. So this, and then I basically inquired further because I was like, where did you go to school? And this person grew up in a Catholic high school in Kansas. And then basically when they went to...
That was my first question.
Yeah.
Where the fuck
Where did they go
this
to
person grow
school?
up?
And then basically whenever they went to college, they realized everything that they had been taught in high school was a lie. This is what I mean about, like, because I know we talk about, I went to that, like, religious, like, private school. And then I genuinely only remember learning the Bible. Like, I remember having to, like, memorize, like, whole scripts in the Bible and stuff like that. And then when I went to my next school the next year, like, I didn't know any grammar. Like, I relate so hard to that other post as well. Like, I didn't understand what a compound sentence was, like when to use a comma, how to conjugate verbs, and all these, it literally stressed me out so much, and I felt so stupid and behind that I got really, really overwhelmed. Even though I had to test to get into the school, and I was like, and I tested totally fine, when I actually got into the class and the grade, I had no idea what was going on. And I think I just, like, I'm not really sure. Like, I had like a...
That sums up my entire school career.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like, that was that moment. But I think my sister was quite good with grammar. So luckily I had her to, like, kind of help me out. Because she would basically, when we would message, she would correct me all the time. But yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my God. School is supposed to be about learning. It's about you going there and discovering something new about the world.
Yeah.
And it literally getting an education, but that's not fair to be teaching children bullshit.
But that's what I mean. Like, how is that allowed in the States? And I'm sure maybe in other countries, well, definitely in other countries as well. Like, do Catholic schools and Baptist schools and all these religious kind of private schools, whether they're private or public, I think most of them are private, do they not get like censored by the government to, like, make sure that they're teaching the right thing? Do you know what I mean? Also, yeah, there was a couple other things.
Maybe it's something to do with money. Like, maybe they're, I don't know.
It's
Stuff has a lot to do with money.
interesting.
Like, maybe the school is paying a certain amount of money towards something. So then they don't have to get censored. That's obviously a complete, like, conspiracy theory that I've just made up. But
yeah, because I'm like, because obviously the school that we went to, like, literally, it wasn't a real school because my brother couldn't actually graduate. Like, he had to go and get his GED, which was, like, ridiculous because, like, if we would have went, like, my mom, like, they weren't telling people
So
this,
there you go. Maybe they don't consider it a real school.
Yeah, but obviously that was a real school because they went to college after. That's why I'm like, this is, like...
I'd love to have this person on the podcast to ask them more questions because I'm just a bit confused at the moment. Like, they've just kind of obviously listed the amount of things that they found out that weren't true.
Yeah.
But, so...
Why are they teaching about homosexuality and the like, as well? That's,
like you don't teach people that in school. Like, we don't... we never got told...
Condoms have pores in them. Yeah. And that you can...
Yeah,
the
HIV,
rhythm
like,
method is affected. Basically telling people to go and, like... That's just so funny.
That's so ridiculous. Yeah. That's like playing a prank on a child that doesn't understand a joke.
Yeah. But this is like, whenever they said Catholic in Kansas, I was like, oh God.
Well, look, it's like being influenced by a body. So, for example, when my mom grew up in communist Russia, they had their curriculum. And then when communism was over, they changed the curriculum. So 1 year they had one book that they were reading from, and that was their truth. And then the next year they were reading another book that said the complete opposite.
Everything was bad, yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of reminds me of this. It's kind of been like, okay, well, we're just going to tell this group of people that this is the truth. And how are you supposed to know? Because it's history, it's the past. It's something that you're not able to live in at the moment. So you only know the truth that you're being told by your elders. So
that's nuts.
Isn't
and
that...
of course you're going to believe them because they're literally supposed to be a qualified teacher.
Well, when you're a child, you literally think that adults know everything. Yeah. That they're going to be able to teach you, that they're going to be able to lead the way, and that I genuinely always thought that adults knew everything. Yeah. And then
I tell the boys, I'm like, no.
They don't, yeah.
I'm like, literally, I was like, I don't care who they are. I'm like, you ask them why. And if they can't ask you why, don't believe them. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, you should always question. Like, why should you just believe everything that someone says? Yeah. Like, yeah, and like the boys always say that they want to be like a scientist. I'm like, the first thing you have to do is question when you're a scientist. So it's like, you have to start doing that in real life first.
You have to question, and you have to have repetition and be able to show something over and over again that it's possible.
So very, very interesting.
But that's sad. Sad for that person. But happy that they discovered, otherwise.
Yeah, I know, in college. Hold on one second.
Better late than never.